Curtis, what's good, man? You and your feelings about Daphne? Is she with gang them? Or is it that you sucking little Rod dick? However it go, I want you to fade, nigga. Fuck all that. Since it's entertainment, let me beat the shit out of you on TV or something. Don't duck that. I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis? Curtis!
If you haven't heard the latest tea, let me spill it for you. 50 Cent is out here clowning Stevie J for being Diddy's boy toy. This celebrity gossip is the talk of the town, and you don't want to miss it. 50 Cent, the rapper known for his beef with just about everyone, has set his sights on Stevie J, the reality TV star. And what's the reason? Apparently, 50 thinks Steve is getting a little too cozy with hip-hop mogul Diddy. The streets are saying that 50 Cent is calling out Stevie J for being Diddy's companion, and he's not holding back. This drama is hotter than a summer day in Miami, and we're here to give you all the juicy details. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and get ready for some serious celebrity tea spilling.
Do you think Diddy can come back from this? Because a lot of people saying it's over for him.
Oh, it is over for him. Come back to where? To be in the entertainer business? Listen to me, man. And I don't want to bring this guy's story up because it's old. And I know he's trying to live past it, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Ray Rice, his wife, spit in his face. And he did what he did on that elevator. He ain't played one football game after that. Nowhere that I know of. He may have went overseas and played or something like that. I don't know that to be true. But he didn't play in the NFL, a hell of a running back. He ain't played not one down in the NFL after that. No endorsements. Nobody's going to have anything to do with old boy. And when they come out with this other stuff, he going to come back to work. I wouldn't be surprised if he do the ultimate sin, is suicide. Because bruh, he's such a narcissistic that he couldn't stand not being somewhere and not being seen. His whole life, his whole career was about him being seen in the public. It was about him, taking everybody else's dreams and making them his. And now, him nor his kids would profit from anything from Bad Boy or Sean Puffy Combs again. His kids is gonna suffer behind this.
Wow, man, that's crazy to hear, man. And you knowing Diddy, you think it's a good chance he might take his life?
He was talking about taking his life at the City College thing. Yo, D. Ferg, ASAP Ferg's father, say, yo, man, we gotta watch him, man. This nigga talking about killing himself. I say, so let him. If you're that weak, I said, let him. And he said, Eugene, why you say that? I said, man, listen to me, man. He ain't no good to nobody if he talking about hurting himself. His life don't belong to him. His life belong to God. What he should be trying to do right now is work his way towards God now, for real, and not that devil he been worshiping. That those people got him believing, you understand, that's the true God. Because everything from what I know, since I've been around him, everything that's gone forward has been that of the devil. The drugs, the alcohol, the partying, everything has been of the devil.
Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of this juicy drama, let's take a step back and look at how we got here in the first place. You see, 50 Cent ain't exactly known for being a wallflower, if you catch my drift. This man has a reputation for speaking his mind and stirring up trouble wherever he goes. He's been in more beefs than a butcher shop, and he's not afraid to call out anyone who crosses him. But what about Stevie J? Well, he and Diddy go way back. They've been tight for years, working together on all sorts of projects. Some folks even say they're more than just friends, if you know what I mean. But hey, that's just what the streets are saying.
Yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see what they got. But speaking of the raid, right? Did you see that viral video of Diddy? He was seen in Miami with Stevie J after the raid. You seen that video?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
What you think about that?
Well, I go way back when Stevie J first came to Bad Boy after they left Uptown Records and everything like that. And Stevie J and Puff fell out real bad over, you know, it could have been producer credits and the whole 9 yards. But Stevie J didn't F with him until Love and Hip Hop. When Stevie J went to Love and Hip Hop and he became famous from that, Puff called him over there and they had a meeting. And I guess they rekindled their friendship. Because I used to bodyguard Stevie J. And, go to different clubs. I got pictures and everything. Stevie J didn't mess with Puff, until after that Love and Hip Hop thing went down, So now they back cool. What got me about the stuff like that them being back cool, that Stevie J went on TMZ and was speaking up on behalf of Diddy. Now, if anybody I want speaking up behalf of me, or I had anybody speaking up on my behalf, it wouldn't be Stevie J. You understand? I don't think that an individual of his caliber is capable or can be trusted in a way that I would like for him based on his actions on television and who he is as a person, what he has been shown as an individual is a type of individual that I would have speaking on my behalf. Come on, we know he's a drug abuser. We know that he's been seen putting his hands on women in the wrong way. And I don't know, that shit is crumbling, man. You know what I'm saying? But you can always say this, man. And in the infamous words of one of the world's greatest comedians, Richard Pryor, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Why you say that? Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Because Lil Rob said that they be doing the liquid cocaine in the bottles, in the Ciroc bottles. We know Stevie J been in countless rehabs back and forth. We know we've heard of Puff being in rehabs.
In his post, 50 Cent called Steve J out for being Diddy's boy toy and even went as far as to say that he was getting played by the hip-hop mogul. He didn't stop there, though. 50 also took shots at Steve J's fashion sense, saying that he was dressing like a clown and that he needed to get his own style. The language 50 Cent used was harsh, to say the least. He didn't mince words, and his tone was dripping with sarcasm and mockery. It was clear that he had no respect for Steve J and wasn't afraid to let the whole world know it.
Rehabs too. So, my man, when you get on those type of psychotropical, I think it's psychotropical drugs, man, and you start believing your own bullshit, and them two individuals together, man, you know they got to be crazy. Something got to be wrong with when he sit up there and he said that he want to challenge 50. And I don't know much about that clout shit. Him challenging 50 to a fight, and we seen how 50 Cent, we seen how Stevie J fight on Love and Hip Hop and all that other bullshit. Him Scrappy, him this other cat. My man, there's no way. There's no way. He don't want it with 50, bro. That's if that ain't cocaine, the Pope ain't Catholic.
So you feel like 50 Cent would give Stevie J that work?
It wouldn't even be a job. 50 Cent will whoop niggas like Stevie J on the way to a real fight.
You seen 50 fight before?
I ain't never seen 50 fight. I seen some tapes of him get down on that end, but I never seen him fight in person. But I know the demeanor of a man. I was with 50 Cent on a couple of occasions, and one occasion, it was just me and 50 and about probably 6 other dudes that didn't want to get out the car because he was ready to get down. And you could see it in him. You could see he got it in him like that. I'm looking at him. I wrote this shit about this shit in my book. 50 ain't back. He don't back down, bro. And you could see when you know a dude is about it, and got it in him, you could see it in his eyes. You could see it in the way he carry himself. You see how he threw his own man in the bushes, Tony Yayo. They got tapes on 50 getting down boxing. I've seen takes on him. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen him in person, as far as fighting. I've been with him in person, but he got it in him, bro.
But yeah, that caught me by surprise because I always knew that Stevie J, he did production for Bad Boy, but I never knew him and Diddy was that close until, as of late, since the raid. So
Yo, they was close. Bro, Stevie J and Puff was like pots and pans back in the day. I don't know what happened between them, but something happened on the producing credit side that Stevie J stopped effing with him. And, Stevie wasn't dealing with him at all. He was just doing more stuff for Jodeci than he was Bad Boy.
As soon as 50 Cent's post went up, the internet went wild. Fans were shocked by his bold statements, and the media couldn't get enough of the drama. Twitter was buzzing with reactions, with some folks taking 50's side and others defending Steve J. But the real question on everyone's mind was, how would Steve J and Diddy respond to this public dragging? Would they clap back at 50 Cent, or would they take the high road and ignore the drama altogether?
Well, it came out, because Cassie sued him. He settled 24 hours.
Whoa!
But now I heard she's cooperating with the feds.
She's a civilian. What do you expect?
Right. Well, what's interesting, I actually looked this up, because I'm sure when they settled the lawsuit, she signed an NDA, saying she's not going to write a book, she's not going to do a documentary, whatever else,
When the feds come, that's probably all out the window.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. An NDA is a private agreement.
Yeah,
a
but
criminal
the feds-
case supersedes that.
Yeah.
So she could be compelled to take the stand, and she could basically throw that NDA out the window on the stand.
Of course, and she's a civilian, and it is what it is. And yo, let me tell you something. God got his ways of humbling people.
Yeah.
You could be right here, and the next day they all laughing at you. We're public property. That's what I learned. When I seen Fifth down there, we public property. You can say whatever you want to say. So it's public property. You walking on eggshells, my nigga. Whoever you are. And if you a black billionaire, come on.
It's over. It's over. It's looking bad out here for
As
Diddy.
for
Looking
niggas,
bad.
50 taking up for 50, 50 been not fucking with Diddy for his reasons. Like niggas be saying little funny shit behind the scenes, and G-Unit spies is everywhere. G-Unit spy, that's what G-Unit spies is everywhere, bro.
Okay, because I remember one of the funniest Drink Champs ever was when 50 was on there, and he said that he met up with Diddy, and Diddy offered to take him shopping.
Yeah, you can't tell a nigga from New
That's
York.
crazy.
No, you can't tell a
crazy.
nigga from New York no shit like that.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
He's like, what? He's like, I'm a bad bitch or something? I gonna let me take me shopping?
You gotta understand, Fifth been like that since the beginning of time. When he used to come to the block, he was the nigga like, oh shit, boo-boo coming.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, this nigga, some shit is about to start. That's who he is. And as for niggas saying they want fades and all that, like, I don't know what niggas think. We've been
You talking about Stevie J.
No,
Stevie J
but like
wants to
Stevie
fight
J,
50.
I don't like to talk about these dudes, cause like Benzino and them, I don't look at it as real street shit.
Yeah.
Like when you beef, like I said, with
Entertainment, man.
like
It's all entertainment, man.
with like a henchman or a fucking a World or any of these type
Fat
of
Joe.
niggas. Yeah, or Fat Joe, he's street.
Yeah.
But like a Benzino, like years ago, we ran down on Benzino in Miami. We ran down on him like, yo, don't put us in the Source magazine. Because he was so obsessed with Eminem's success, and G-Unit was the shit at the time, and niggas was just, it always been a hate thing because we signed with Eminem. Why? It's the nigga that put me on. I don't give a fuck what color he is. That's just me. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, nobody owed me nothing. I'm just the type of nigga that just be like, yo, you know what? I appreciate what niggas did. Niggas got me out the hood. Niggas got houses. We went to 103 places. We went on tour for 103 dates. The third, 50 has the
6 months, nigga.
third biggest grossing tour in the world, hip hop.
Some folks were speculating that this could be the end of Steve J and Diddy's friendship, while others thought it might just be a temporary rough patch. But one thing was for sure, this celebrity feud was far from over. The streets were talking and the tea was hot, but the real fallout from 50 Cent's scathing remarks was yet to come. Would Steve J and Diddy address the situation head-on, or would they let their actions speak louder than words? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain, this drama was about to get even juicier.
Ever.
I actually looked this up. I have this in my notes.
It's about to be the second. All the numbers ain't even in yet. I think it's the second most gross.
No, right. I
should
actually
be
looked
the
at the
second.
numbers. You guys made $123 million on that tour. Number 2 was Drake. It was all Blur tour, $189 million. And number 1 was Jay-Z and Beyonce on the Run, $253 million.
Okay.
A lot of money, though.
Yeah, 50 is
a lot of money.
50 is
Crazy.
A marketing genius, and we had fun on that road. We went to all kinds of places. We went to Paris. We went to Dubai.
Bahrain,
we went to shout to Abu Dhabi. Shout to Bahrain, Thailand.
All over,
Yo,
man.
and those experiences.
Mumbai, India.
And look, you got to understand, me and 50 was always Murder fans. You know what I'm saying? So Murder is like, when we on the road, it be me, Murder, and our man Light. Shout out to Light.
Light,
They call us the Three Amigos. So like, a lot of shit happens on tour. Like, as for production, you know, they gotta wake up 5 in the morning, build a stage. Like, people be, it's long doing these tours, and you ain't seen your kid, you ain't seen your wife.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit happens on tour behind the scenes, and it's understanding, because while we're laying in our Armani hotel beds, somebody's building the stage. So we the type that when we around, it's the Three Amigos. We go, we find our bud in whatever country we at, London, Paris, you know, wherever we at, except for like
So our
Abu
life is
Dhabi and all that.
crazy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We go wherever we at, we find our bud, we got our dressing room, we chill in the cut. Look, because 50 tells us, yo, I only need you. Look, we could be back in the hood or we could be having jobs. All I need is 2 hours of your time and we make 6 figures.
That's a fact.
2 hours of your time.
You know, the streets are buzzing after 50 Cent put Steve J on blast like that. Everyone's wondering how this drama is going to play out and what it means for Steve J and Diddy's relationship.
And he's been leading not only himself, our people, into some kind of damnation through his actions.
Yeah, I'm just in disbelief, man. I mean, to see his downfall. I mean, he's been on a long run, man. So, you know, to see this is crazy, man. I mean, how long has he been famous?
Nah, so you got to realize he didn't get his fame until after he made that, you know, remember, you got to remember this, Mighty. I said he made the atmosphere for Pac to die. He made the atmosphere for Big to die. He created the atmosphere, you understand, for Suge Knight to go to jail, because that's what came out of his mouth. So that didn't happen. His fame he didn't really become famous until after the death of Tupac and the Notorious Big, brother. So that's like 97. He went on that whole Bad Boy tour with the #1 song in the world, Missing You, where he stole the thing from Sting and the music from Source Money, the lyrics from Source Money. Didn't even want to pay that man his money. Waited all those years to pay that man his money. He was stealing people's dreams, man. He's the cause of a lot of people's death, and people ain't gonna see it the way I see it. But when you steal somebody's dreams, Black Rob probably could have changed his life. Probably could have changed the way he thought. Probably could have changed the way he was doing business if he wouldn't have stole G-Dep from him. If he would have treated Craig Mack in the correct way and not try to steal his music, use him in the way that he used Craig Mack to catapult the Notorious Big, Craig Mack's life could have been changed. If he would have never set up the atmosphere and had Big out there in California and bringing Big to that party the Notorious Big Life may still be here. If he wasn't trying to put the Bloods against the Crips, well, they was already against each other anyway, but use the Crips. Maybe Tupac wouldn't have never had that altercation. But if ands, and buts were candies and nuts, like I always say, Christmas would be every day. And I understand that. But he set up the atmosphere for a lot of people. Wolf set up the atmosphere between him and BMF. Come on, man. They say one day you got to pay the piper. That's why he getting that smoke.
Sauce Money, you brought his name up. He had an issue with Diddy?
Now, we haven't heard a peep from Steve J or Diddy since 50 Cent's scathing remarks hit the internet. They've been quieter than a church mouse, which has folks speculating all kinds of things. Some say they're probably just trying to lay low and let the drama blow over, while others think there might be some behind-the-scenes tension brewing. But here's the thing, this isn't just about Steve J and Diddy's personal lives. This drama could have some serious implications for their careers too. I mean, Steve J and Diddy are both big names in the music industry and they've got a lot of influence. If this feud escalates and starts affecting their business dealings, it could get real messy real quick. Plus, let's not forget about the fans. Steve J and Diddy both have loyal followings who are invested in their lives and careers. If this drama starts impacting their public image or their ability to make moves in the industry, it could be a big blow to their brands.
Everybody knew that Puff took Tupac blueprint and changed Biggs and Bad Boy in image. I Get Around. I Get Around talked about how fly you was, how many girls you mess with, how many cars you drive, how much money you got, what you willing to do. He took his image. Pac was the first one on the scene wearing Versace shirts. He went and got the same Versace shirts Pac had. Which, all right, some dudes would do that. You would never catch me wearing something else, something that somebody else got. He was knocking down all the women that he thought Pac was knocking down. And what I mean is having sex with them. Why would you want to have sex with women you know for sure a dude that was once cool with you was dealing with? That's that image. Because you got to realize, bruh, Puff and Pac was cool at one time. We know this. Mopreme said that they was going to sign the Bad Boy. So if he's going to sign to Bad Boy, it was because of Corey and them. I put that picture on the internet. I put the picture on my channel of Corey Jones. Is Corey Jones, Corey Jacobs? I think Corey Jacobs and Pac right next to each other. Those was the real bad boys of Bad Boy. You understand? Those are the ones who got the 16 to life sentences. That Pac was going to go and be with them first. But then Mopreme said when it became just Big and Puff, because Corey and them went to jail, he changed his direction. But nobody know why Pac and Puff fell out like they did. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody know why. But Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was, because he started wanting to act. He started wanting to rap. He had an obsession so bad.
But girl, you know how these celebrity feuds go. One minute they're at each other's throats, and the next they're all buddy-buddy again. It's hard to say how this one will play out, but one thing's for sure, the streets will be watching every move Steve J and Diddy make from here on out.
That at his Grammy Award winning speech, he used the same speech that Pac used. That shit is crazy. So when I say I'm obsessed with talking about Puff and telling y'all the truth, who's obsessed with who? Pac had Sarah, before Puff. Allegedly, he had Sally before Puff. And Kim had an obsession or liked Pac so much, she on the red carpet with Tupac's shirt on. Who's obsessed with who?
So you believe Diddy, he only got with Sarah Chapman because Pac, he had her at one point.
And it was a bet in the office. Sarah was messing with an NBA basketball player. Puff bet all the niggas didn't believe that he could get it within 2 weeks. $100. So she actually was a $100 bet that he got.
And who was the NBA player?
I think it was Gary Payton, allegedly. That's what he said. Somebody said, she messed with Gary Payton? I bet you I get it. I bet you I have it within 2 weeks. Me and him and Sarah went to this party in Chicago that he was hosting with the Streets Entertainment. And we went to this store called Cranberry and I forgot, Cranberry, and it's one of those stores like you get fragrance and you get candles, colognes and stuff like that. It's called Cranberry and something. And from that point on, yeah. But you gotta realize, Misa and Kim was friends. Misa and Kim was friends. He started dealing with Kim over Misa. Kim and Sarah was friends. I mean, hand to hand, pots and pans. They was close. They all used to, Sarah, Kim, and this other girl, I think she was from Atlanta. What's her name? It missed me right now. But they all used to hang together. So then he went from Kim to Sarah. He liked to do the friend thing. Looked like that.
Will they address the situation head on and try to squash the beef, or will they let their actions speak louder than words and just keep it moving like nothing ever happened? Only time will tell, but you best believe the tea will be piping hot either way. And let's not forget about 50 Cent's role in all of this.
Diddy, his baby mom, Lisa Hilton, she came out with a statement saying that she seen the video, and when she seen the video, it brought back her own trauma, and she knows how Cassie feels.
Wow. That was big, that was big in so many ways, man. I was catching flack, talking about, I never heard of that before. I never heard that Puff ever put his hands on Misa. You just making shit up. If you saw it, you know why you ain't do nothing about it. I didn't see it. And I always say, Mighty, when I heard somebody, and these are the people who was saying it, I always say that. I don't try to claim everything. If I see it, I'm going to tell you I saw it, if I want it to be known. But I said I heard he beat her so bad, she had to... Misa was a little thing then too, man. I mean, like, Misa was a little thing. Beautiful little woman, but Misa was like, because I used to when I left Bad Boy, check this out, and people don't know this. When I left when I stopped working for Puff, I started working for Misa. Misa called me up, yo, Gene, I'm scared. I'm afraid. I be wanting to go to parties. I be out. And I know Puff or nobody gonna do anything if I got you with me. I used to bodyguard Misa. She didn't go out all the time. She was trying to get her business up. But when she wanted to go to places and be out and be seen, I was with her. You understand? Misa is like, you know, she may be Asian descent, but she like one of those strict, like those down south mothers. Yo, she did not play. I don't know how Justin got to do some of the things that he's doing now, probably because he went to live with his daddy, but his mama didn't play that. I used to bodyguard her. And that's because she was afraid to be out. Because she didn't want, if she was out with somebody or she was out doing her thing, she didn't want him to say or do anything to her or nobody else. It was for other people too. You understand? So this only proves that the information that I heard somebody and they told me that Puff beat him because of the Eric Sermon. He thought she was dating Eric Sermon, or Eric Sermon had dropped him out. He was in a white Mercedes Benz. He had dropped her off. He got mad and started beating on her. When he caught up with her. This only proves that one thing happened and some other things probably happened. Because she said that it only brings back her own trauma, bruh. People don't understand, man, when things like that happen to you, man, and you see it happen to other people, that, what's that, PDST or PSDT or something like that? That shit is a MS.
So while we might get a kick out of watching the drama unfold, it's important to remember that there are real people and real lives being affected here. Who knows how this feud will impact Steve J and Diddy's relationship or their standing in the industry? But you know what they say, all publicity is good publicity. So even if this feud gets uglier before it gets better, it's sure to keep these celebs in the spotlight and give us plenty to talk about. Speaking of talking, why all know we gotta loop back to that video of Diddy and his alleged affair with those famous rappers that 50 Cent leaked. If you haven't seen it yet, you better go watch it now to get the full scoop on this messy situation.